My name is Lily Papaleo.
My name is Leah Milio.
My name is Kira Sullivan.
My name is Grace Kroner, and I've been rowing for 7 years.
I'm a senior and I've been rowing for 8 years.
I'm a junior and I've been rowing for 8 years.
I'm a freshman and it's my first year of collegiate rowing and my 5th year of rowing.
My name is Rebecca Grabowski. I have been rowing since 1998. We just did some quick math. That is 18 years this coming fall. I've been coaching at Temple for 5 years. This is my 5th year.
It seems like a lot of people here actually know what rowing is, whereas in Chicago, like, it's pretty small and concentrated. So, you know, when I say like I'm a rower, people are like, what is that? Like a kayak? And I'm like, no.
You meet people who know what you do. They're like, oh yeah, I've seen you rowing on that river down there. You must be really strong.
And I think once you get drawn to it, it's just like, it becomes addicting and you just like want to keep being a part of it.
It's like, it's almost like euphoric, where it's like you are picking up this heavy boat with a bunch of heavy girls. Like you are literally like picking the boat up out of the water and throwing it across the river.
Anytime you ask someone why they like rowing or why they do it, it takes them a while to figure out their response because it's something you can't really understand.
Gosh, it's so hard to explain because it's like, because it is like such a feeling behind it.
It sort of just like hooked my soul, I guess, if you could say that.
It kind of like transcends words almost.
The artistry of it, I love how it pushes you to find a better version of yourself.
But then you never quit because it just becomes like part of you. I can't imagine my life without it. I don't want to.
We don't have a lot, but we do a lot. We're rowing out of tents, and like that never once affects us.
I came all the way like into a different time zone to row here, and we got off the bus in the parking lot where the tents were, which one of them we couldn't even use because the retaining wall had like collapsed and it was too close to the river. So both the men and women's teams were packed into one tent. We had like equipment like just like on racks outside, not like protected. It was a dirty parking lot with broken glass.
At the end of the day, like at least we have tent, you know, like that's like our mindset. Even when the situation isn't the best, we're always like, we're gritty.
Everyone just like got off the bus, like it was no big deal, like this is what we do, like all right, time to get to work.
So it's very much woven into the fabric of the city. Yeah, it's really important. You can't have rowing without Philly, you can't have Philly without rowing.
We like all got funneled into this room on study days, so we assumed it was like something academic, like it was like, oh, like someone got caught cheating on a test or something, so we're all gonna get yelled at or whatever. And I remember Rebecca was like, oh yeah, we have this meeting that you guys have to go to, and like it's definitely gonna be a pizza party, you know? The administrators are kind of very quiet, like not normal. They started, like Kevin Clark started telling us all the teams that got cut, and like it was all the teams in the room, and I just remember thinking like had my head in my hands, like thinking like, oh my god, like not us, not us, not us, not us. And then they said women's rowing, and I was just like I lost it.
That was approved by the president and the board of trustees to eliminate 7 sports effective July 1, 2014. The 7 sports are baseball, softball, men's crew, women's rowing, men's indoor and outdoor track and field, and men's gymnastics.
It rocked all of our worlds.
I do feel kind of dramatic saying it was one of the worst days of my life because people have had much worse days. It was so surreal.
Losing that would be just like losing your favorite place, losing your favorite song, losing your favorite getaway, and like it would be heartbreaking.
When we got cut and I saw the way the older girls reacted, I could tell how committed and dedicated they were to this team, and I wanted to have that same feeling.
I didn't know what to do. And then like my roommates and I were like crying a lot. Like, thanks. Like literally, like we would just be like sitting at home and then one of us would start crying and then we'd all start crying. And so it was just like so like emotional the whole time. It was like definitely one of the hardest things that I've ever gone through.
At first it was unrealistic. It was just like, this can't be happening.
I just like completely broke down. Like and it was terrible because Rebecca wasn't even there because they had meetings with the coaches like right beforehand, and she was still in the meeting where they were telling her that we were being cut. We were like so like alone, and then like Rebecca came in and like I was trying to like leave, like I didn't want to be in there anymore, and then she just like was like, okay, like we're gonna figure it out, like I just found out, like
Learning that we were getting cut, the first feeling I had was just sort of, I guess, disappointment, you know, kind of deeper than that, but more. And it wasn't disappointment for me. It was disappointment for the women on the team who are gonna, you know, have a career or an experience cut short prematurely.
I got like an email from another coach on another team that was like, you should come like try out here, and I was like, I don't care about your team, like I care about Temple, like I've committed to this place, like this is where I want to be, and if I can't be here and I can't row, then like I don't want to do anything.
I'm not sure if I could find something that gave me the same satisfaction that I get from rowing.
How did I deal with that? I guess there were definitely some points where I thought it was done. But you never stop fighting. I mean, I think it's something that, you know, we have races where you're definitely, you know halfway through that you're not winning that race, but you're not backing down until you cross the line. So I think that's one of those things that you learn from rowing, that whatever the end outcome is, we're driving this thing to the end. And if it's the outcome we want, awesome. And we're going to fight like hell to make it happen. But if it's not, then we're at least going to be really proud of the effort that we put in.
Fight for the cherry and the white, for the cherry and the white. We'll fight, fight, fight.
Temple in 2, 1, 2!
Temple!
Nothing really matters except for the sport. It doesn't matter if we have it in our room, it doesn't matter if we don't, it doesn't matter if we have a boathouse, it doesn't matter if we don't, it doesn't matter if we've only got one tent to share. We are here to row, and that's what we show up to do every day.
Just a year later, we're still very thankful for everything, but we also kind of just put that away, and we're just not dwelling on what happened, and we're just new season, new start, new group of girls, like let's go.
It was like we got like a second chance. It was like we came back from the dead. Like it was like we had like a near-death experience. Like, you know, when people like see the light and then they're like, I'm gonna live my life to the fullest. Like we were like, we are gonna crack skulls and like show Temple, like, you know, like we didn't even deserve to be on the chopping block.
As the team has been building up, we put more pressure on ourselves. We have harder workouts. We spend more time putting in extra miles. You see how well we were doing, how much this program has changed. It is worth every change you have made.
I have no doubt that we can accomplish anything that we try. And like every day, we're just like accomplishing more and more. Like this season, we've done more and more than we've ever done before as a program already, and the season's not even over.
And then this year, I think our mentality was just kind of like, we're over all of that. Like, I don't care what happened in the past, like it is this year that matters.
Everyone performing like that on such a high level, it just like shows how much strength we have and like where we can go, and it makes me really excited for the rest of the season and knowing a lot to look forward to. We are resilient.
We will not back down.
We will not
Be stopped.
We will protect this legacy
And drive it forward.
The amount of like concentration and like technique and athletic prowess it takes to do that is like kind of incomprehensible. So like when you actually physically do that, it's like it's just like an amazing feeling. And sometimes it's like really fleeting. Like you'll have one great stroke and then like you're just like searching for it again. It's like, oh, I felt that for like a second. It was like one glimpse and like that's all I want to feel from now on. Like, so yeah, it's definitely just very, very addicting. Not great. Probably pretty devastated.